I'm showing it on my phone because, like, I can't show you it on my actual camera. But look at this. I need a precision screwdriver to keep screwing it in to tighten it back up, but can't take that with me on a plane. So this has happened in one day, and now I'm too scared to take my camera out tomorrow, which means I can't use my good flipping phone to document my bucket list holiday. Today is a Saturday. It is our final day in Poland, and we are and we are now going to this alley of lost souls. He is really looking forward to it. I'm trying to find a way of getting out of it. And if you haven't noticed, I'm filming on my phone today because my camera's broken. I don't want to break it anymore while I'm out. So yeah, destination bucket list holiday filmed on a phone. So we've just found the place, and I would really like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Wolf on Wall Street to go absolutely not right now. So we found ourselves in an old medieval defence tower, and we're having a tour. It looks so cool. We're gonna go outside, give it a look. Yep, this is cool. This looks like Winterfell. Oh, I love stuff like this so much. Just saying, I love stuff like this so much. When the world finally acknowledges how awesome I am and I rule the world, I will live in a castle. Best castle, a bouncy castle.
A bouncy.
Bouncy castle. Made of cheese! Absolute no lie, someone nearly started a fight with Nick before. They were like standing in a doorway, drunk, shouting stop to everyone. And then obviously they saw Nick and tried to shout stop to him, which he did not. And then they were like, oh, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? And then they were laughing, and then they walked off, and it was fine. But now I'm terrified to go back through the arch. This is hostile all over again. So, call me a wimp or anything, but I absolutely I couldn't go in that Lost Souls thing. We went in to go and book an appointment, and when we went in, I started crying, and then I was like, they can't touch you, can they? And he was like, they touch you a little bit. And then we found out we were going in a group full of strangers, and then a group came out, and one of the men had his wrists tied together with like the plastic wire tie things. And then as we were leaving again, like going down the stairs, another bunch of people fell out of a doorway, clearly being chased by a chainsaw, and their wrists were tied as well. I was like, no, I can't do that, that's too intense. And I just started crying. So I'm sightseeing by myself. Guys, I'm just gonna tell you now that I am about to talk about the Alley of Lost Souls, and I'm gonna go into quite a bit of detail of what each room was like, or most rooms that I can remember, because it's genuinely turned into a scary blur for me now. So if you are ever debating doing that in Krakow, do not watch the rest of this video, because it would ruin it for you. If you want to be as prepared as possible, then carry on watching. But I will tell you now, I don't spoil it for you. I don't tell you the codes or what you need to do. I'm just telling you roughly what each room was like and the monsters involved. So there you go. So after multiple panic attacks, a breakdown and some tears, I felt really bad that the only thing Nick has wanted to do this weekend was go on this horror thing. So I ended up going with him, and I have never screamed so much in my life. It was horrendous for me. I'm really proud that I did it, but I still don't feel okay, because the people we went with were lovely and they were so nice, but it's just so emotional. It is like the first room you go in, it's just black. Only one person has a torch. And you had to go, and it was like it was meant to look like meat lockers, and then, so all these things were hanging out, but I think they were just boxing, the things you box. And they were hanging, but then there was like body parts stuffed in them, and then you could hear someone groaning, like going, and it was horrible, and then you couldn't see anything, and we couldn't find our way out, and we just got more and more stuck, and it was just, I started to freak out. We actually spent longer in there than we needed to, and it was horrible. And then we went into a second room, and there was like recreating the ring, so kind of like watching this woman in like this padded cell, and she's like trying to break out, and then while we're trying to find the key, and then as soon as we find the key, the door breaks down and she starts chasing us. Then we go into a third room, it's circus themed, while she's banging on the back door, and then all of a sudden someone runs out the front door, and it's an escape room as well. So while we're not just terrified, we have to think about how to get out. And I was useless, didn't even do anything, didn't participate. I just stood there trying not to break down. And when I realised they were clowns, yes, I know, I've written a book about it, but you see me watch the It trailer, I wasn't okay when I realised it was circus themed. Then we went into the next room, that was the worst one. It was just a room, and it was just covered in fog. Now, the people we were with were Polish, they could speak English, and they were really kind, and they were speaking English on our behalf, which, thank you, being in your own country and all. I love the fact that you put up with our idiotness. I'm so... But this room was just full of fog, so the torch didn't go anywhere, or we couldn't see anyone, so we're all like holding hands. And the guy with the torch all of a sudden starts looking like he's dancing, and then I realised it looked like someone was wrestling him. But he was with us, he was their friend, he wasn't an actor, and he wasn't saying anything, and they were like, hey, so-and-so, you know... And he wasn't saying anything, and then all of a sudden someone grabbed Nick, and he jumped, and then something ran past me, and I just screamed. And then we all ran into another room, and I never had a chance to ask him. I was like, because they were all laughing and having fun, and sometimes they try and make each other jump. So at first I didn't have a chance to ask, were you joking, or was that real? Because this one was interactive. We were warned that they would touch us. They could touch us before we went in, and that was one of the things that scared me so much, because I didn't know to what extent. Someone got there, they had to put their hands in a box to get the key, and while their hand was in a box, the monster grabbed them and like rope tied them. So he actually managed to get out, but I saw some people running out still with their hands tied, and that's at the very beginning, so they had to go through the whole thing with their hands tied together. And then we went into the next room, and so I think that was just a really tight room where you had to like go down a corridor, but you had to shimmy down it. It just got intense really quick. Like the next room, I think the next room was the butcher's room, and it was like a surgeon's table. And then we went through, and there was like this dummy in a wheelchair that we had to like roll out the way. And then we went into another room, and we had to open up a coffin to find a key that was on a foot to get through another door. And then there was like another dummy, and we had to wheel him out the way to get through. But this one, predictable I know, but he came alive and started attacking us, but he was like proper thrashing around, and the three girls that were with the other group couldn't get past. And like when there's only one torch and you genuinely can't see anything, there were some times where you're just in the pitch black and all you can hear is screaming and banging. It just gets to you. And then we ran into another room. That was the surgeon's one. And there was like this dead body hanging at the top, and then it just dropped, but I was underneath it and it kind of hit me. That was horrible. And then there was just a lot of running after that. I remember hearing a chainsaw, and the weirdest thing is, I remember as soon as you heard the chainsaw, you were relieved because you knew that was the end, because whenever we went to go book, you'd hear the chainsaw and people running out screaming, and it was just horrible. The worst thing is, I don't think Nick enjoyed it as much as he was looking forward to it, and I really struggled through it. And I'm calming down now, and I'm okay. I'm actually going to take a beta blocker because I think I just need to sort my body out a bit. But it was horrible, and I didn't like it. And, you know, I haven't enjoyed today worrying about it. So it kind of sucks. But we've done that. And now we're going to get ready. We're going to go out and enjoy our final night in Poland and eat some good food and stuff. And see if I can recreate this eyeliner. Like, it doesn't look that good like that, but like, open like, hello. That is cute. Not that any of you care. But yeah, it was... and I've got a really bad throat. And I've just realised now from all the genuine blood-curdling screaming I've done, my throat is... I haven't even smoked in Poland at all, and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm still coming back with a throat. How is that fair? It's not.